If you watch this channel, you've heard me talk about the importance of self-care. Self-care is a big part of stress management, especially effective stress management. But I want to talk to you about taking self-care to the next level, because most of the time when you hear about self-care, it's all about taking care of yourself, which is what self-care really is at its very core. But we want to make sure that if you want to take it to the next level, you don't stop there. There's maybe a surprising component to self-care, surprising to some of you anyway, but it's taking care of others. That can be considered part of self-care. When you take care of others, when you give to others out of the goodness of your heart, selflessly, you really do get a boost for yourself. There's a certain boost in terms of your feelings, your emotions, your feel-good chemicals. And while that's not necessarily why we help others or do for others, it's a definite benefit that we get from doing that. So that's why it's considered the next level of self-care. Now, before we get into that more, I want to make sure that you understand that there has to be a balance. There has to be a starting point of actually taking care of yourself. You may know someone or heard of someone or have seen someone where all they do is take care of others and they really don't take care of themselves. That's not them mastering the next level of self-care. That's more about not taking care of yourself, but rather taking care of everybody else instead. You may have seen or witnessed someone who strictly takes care of themselves but doesn't do for anyone else, and that's nothing more than perhaps they don't know that caring for others or doing for others can also be a form of self-care, the next level of self-care. So what this is really about is a balance. You have to start with caring for yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't effectively help anyone else. So at the very basis, proper self-care is about taking care of yourself, taking care of your physical needs, your emotional needs, your psychological needs. So you have to have that down. You have to do that on a regular basis. But once you're good with that, once you've mastered that, so to speak, now that gives you an opportunity to take self-care to the next level by helping others. And again, it's not about trading in caring for yourself, taking care of yourself for taking care of others. It's about balancing the two in such a way that both you and the people for whom you do or whom you take care of also benefit. So it can be a fine line for some people. Some people have the propensity to cross towards one end of the spectrum or the other. It's an art of sorts to be able to balance the two, where you can really show yourself proper self-care on a daily basis. It's not a once in a while, it's a daily basis self-care. And then work in there taking care of others, doing for others. And whether you do it for people you know, whether you take care of people you know, or it doesn't have to be people, it can be animals, it can be our planet, it can be a cause, something that you support or believe in, whether you do it for strangers, whether you do it for family, whether you do it for friends, whether you do it anonymously, whether you do it by letting people know that you're doing it or not letting anyone know what you're doing. That part is entirely up to you. What we're going for here is, one, helping others, obviously. When we show kindness to others and when we help others, when we act this way towards each other, we're creating better communities, better societies, a better world. So it's a win-win for everybody. But as I mentioned earlier, besides that, you do have certain benefits that come from helping others and doing for others and caring for others. You get feeling better. You get chemical response in your own body that helps you to feel good. So that really does take self-care to the next level. And I want you to consider that as something that maybe you engage in now, or maybe you plan to engage in that once you master the basis of self-care. Remember, this is the next level. Don't forsake taking care of yourself on a regular basis and then jump into this other thing of taking care of everybody else, because it can backfire. If you're not taking care of yourself properly, you can't really expect yourself to be at your best to help others. So make sure that you take care of the self first, master that, make sure you do that every day, and then entertain the idea of taking self-care to the next level by helping others, by caring for others, by doing for others. And as I already said, it can be people, it can be animals, it can be nature, it can be causes you believe in, it can be for loved ones or for strangers, it can be anonymously, however it works for you. So I want you to consider that. Self-care does not have to end or stop with simply taking care of yourself, which is critical. It's absolutely critical to your survival and to your overall well-being. But once you've got that one down and it's something that you do on a daily basis, consider taking it to the next level, because not only will it truly be helpful to you, but it will also help those around you, those that you choose to help or take care of. And as I mentioned earlier, this is how we create the types of communities, the type of society, the type of world that we all want to live in. So consider taking the self-care efforts, your self-care efforts, to the next level, and making sure that it's something that benefits others as well as you. If you'd like to learn more about a comprehensive approach to stress management, check out the link below.